rolling.
This will be my audition to take over for Anthony Bourdain. What do you think? Do I have the chops? My director back there is going, I don't think so. Good luck with that. Sunday, July 1st, 2018. We are standing on an active volcano. Did you understand you're on an active volcano? You can speak, Cyndi.
I thought it was dormant.
Well, there's no such thing as dormant volcano anymore. You see, this is the Anthony Bourdain kind of in-depth encyclopedic knowledge that I possess about the world around me. She's shaking her head, but you can't see that. You can shake the camera. There you go. Yeah, I think there's no longer the distinction of dormant volcano, active or extinct. And this one is active. Not too worried about it. The last time it erupted was 230 years ago in like 1790, so not too worried that it's going to happen. And that eruption was not anywhere near the summit. It was down on a flank, pretty low. So again, not too worried. We're going to take a hike. We are going into the summit of Haleakala, 10,000 foot mountain on top of on Maui. We are here, and we're going to do this hike. We did this last year, and we got somewhere in here and ran out of time and had to come back up. We are starting earlier, maybe not as early as we need to, but we'll find out. The goal is to get to this cabin. The permit required is not to walk, it is to stay there overnight. We're not planning on doing that. We'll get that far if we can and turn around and come back up. You might think that this is the easy way. They're both hard.
Yeah.
They are both hard. Okay, so standing on an active volcano, Haleakala, on the island of Maui, 10,000 feet. We are at, does it say what elevation?
It's like
7,000 or so?
something like that.
Well, 7,000 was the visitor center.
Oh, okay.
So we're probably more like
75,
7,500 or so.
Yeah.
And down there is 7,000, 6,940. So we'll be dropping 500 to maybe.
It says
quite a
trail
few.
descends 1,000 feet and 2.1 miles.
Okay, we're gonna go down 1,000 feet.
At least.
Read.
Or just read,
RTFB.
yeah. Just read it.
Read the freaking board.
Can we hike now?
Cyndi wants to go, so we'll show you some pictures. We may not be able to show you much because it's a little socked in right now, but who knows? We get on the other side of that ridge and it might not be socked in at all.
Yeah.
Let's find out. A video on the KN4AQ2 channel, my sort of personal, private, but very public home movie channel, documents this part, the top part of this walk pretty well. So you can go there and look at our vacation from last year. It's all fascinating stuff. So I'll just show little bits and pieces just to give you an idea how the terrain changes as we walk and what things look like, assuming we can see it. We can't see anything on this walk. Well, last year's was pretty clear. This stuff is not fun to walk on. My shoes are almost sturdy enough, almost. They're pretty good hiking boots, but the sole is just flexible enough to feel the rocks underneath more than I want. And you've got to be watching where you're going. If you're not, you're going to trip over them, which means you can't be looking at the view, which is okay because right now there's no view. And so technically my head is in the clouds. Where are you guys from?
Montreal, Canada.
Oh, so you're speaking French, but because they speak French up there. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Comment allez-vous?
Vous faites une bonne randonnée?
That's all my French, sorry. Is it full of clouds all the way?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Okay, so a good hike, bad view.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
In one way that's good because there's no blazing sun, but it's such a beautiful view when there isn't any clouds.
We'll just have to go back and look at the videotape.
Yeah. Okay, so here's where the beautiful view starts. And then over here is the saddle, which is like, there's like 1,000-foot drop off either side. You can see this little ridge that we walk along.
You can sort of see a little ghost of it.
Yeah. So we'll just have to insert last year's video and pictures.
They're in my mind.
Yeah.
So you can see the trail now kind of curve off into the mist. And then down this side into the mist. It doesn't really ever rain up here, so that's what makes all this stuff green. They get their water from the mist. And the mist is really here a lot. We're complaining perhaps only because last time we were here, the only other time we were here, it was pretty much clear as a bell. There were some clouds on the way in, and they went away. They could still go away on this hike. And now our flight attendant will point out the exits to both sides of this saddle. Down, down, straight ahead. Well, even with all the fog and stuff in its own way, and maybe because of it, this is pretty fascinating. In honor of having made it this far, and because Cyndi is always hungry,
I'm always hungry.
we'll have a bite of sandwich. And no, we did not bring any Julia's banana bread. That awaits us back at the condo as a reward for the day.
Absolutely.
I don't remember the retaining wall, but I'm sure it's been here a while for our safety. So, horse poop. Horses go down here. Well, I guess why not? Or mules or something. Cyndi, tell me when we've reached the switchbacks.
I think we're there.
Ah, I think she's right. Well, there's something to see here. I'm going to let you walk along with me for a little bit. If I decide this is too much, I'll edit it out. This is what we call a super highway without a lot of rocks. There aren't very many of these. So I said it doesn't rain down here, and it's sprinkled. So I put the camera in the backpack, and it seems to have stopped. And this may be a is that the lens? I can't tell if my lens is fogged up, my glasses are fogged up. No, lens is okay. It looks like we're flattening out. That may be a fooler, because I can't see behind that little brush, but we will see. We've seen poop. We have not seen horses. A fence. A gate.
Yeah, that's where they hook the horses up over there.
Oh. Okay, so are we down?
Almost.
Ish?
I think it's across. We'll know when we start walking around in sand.
I don't know if we ever do.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Okay, we leave the forest?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Cyndi knows what's happening. This episode of the Triangle Talk Show is brought to you by REI. If you want sporting goods, they have some. So I think the foliage is getting a little scrubbier, a little shorter. 2 hours, 10 minutes, according to Map My Walk. And I forget how fast, but not fast. The walking is certainly easy. And the brown dirt feels unusual. And just like that, walked into an old lava field and the brown dirt went away. This is more like what I'm used to walking on around here. That's the transition to lava everywhere we see it. So, never having been down to this part before and seeing it only from 100,000 feet up, I guess, I was kind of hoping for a nice, flat, more or less straight walk across the floor to the cabin. And some of it was. This isn't. Anthony Bourdain would not be proud of me. You wanted my attention?
Yes, it's a lava tube.
Lava tube. Gonna crawl in?
No.
I can see something, sort of, with my camera light on.
Oh, okay.
Sort of a little. I feel overdressed and under-exercised. Out of the lava, hoping a cabin is just over that rise. Hoping. Back in the lava, even older lava, and okay, I took a peek at Google Maps and it said there's less than 1,000 feet to go. We can make it, but then we got to go back. Yeah, but what it fails to mention is it's 3.9 miles straight up. And there's the cabin in the mist. You can barely see it. I'm standing right in front of it and I can barely see it. So that'd be a holua cabin. Can't go in, can't feed the nene. That's a little kitchen back there, I think. Cyndi taking a picture through the other window. No big catch for the water, but do not drink it. It's not potable. Don't pote that water. No TV antenna on top. Well, the front door was all locked up, but the back door wasn't. Welcome to my little cabin.
Wow.
Yeah, so there's a little kitchen here. Rustic as it is. Don't know if these are permanent or if there's somebody actually staying here and brought these in. A stove, and there's no power out here, so it must be heading down to propane or something. You want to take a nap?
It's tempting, believe me.
Don't tell anybody about the back door. Oh, I see. They should have done that when they left, but they forgot. I am not going to be making a joke about Cyndi's place being here in the kitchen.
It's very wise of you.
No, no jokes. I did not say that.
I heard you say it.
rising through the mist. All the comforts of home. The mist is lifted enough to actually see it. So no sand. It's a four-star accommodation compared to everything nearby.
And you know, I'd swear you could see it from up on top when we were up there last time, but I guess I was seeing something else.
We'll have to go try again.
Yeah.
All right, goodbye. Holau. Cabin. And now, to earn our Kula Lodge pizzas.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, the mist has thinned a lot. We can see something. It's not gone. No blue sky, but some terrain is visible. So you know how we're hearing the stories about the refrigerator size and school bus size chunks of lava that have been thrown up by Kilauea?
Yeah.
I'm thinking this might have been what happened here at some point.
Yep, obviously.
Glad I wasn't standing here then. This is that lava tube again. I almost didn't notice till we were leaving the trough that it made out here. We've made it back to the fence. All uphill from here, mostly. And we're back pretty much in the mist. I'm going to put on my rain jacket and put away the camera. But before I do that, Cyndi noticed how quiet it sounds out here. I can hear a little rustling of wind on my ears, picking up a little bit, but that's pretty much all I hear. And my tinnitus. Still life. Okay, I lied. I'm keeping the camera. I'll just tuck it under the rain jacket unless it gets bad. And now, up we go. Okay, use your imagination and pretend you can see through the mist down the slope. These people will pass us. Everybody does.
Hello.
And there they are. We knew you'd passed us. Where did you start from?
We started from
the summit.
Oh,
Okay,
really? You've
from-
had all day then.
We came through the crater.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there sun over there somewhere? Or
There
is it
was
all
sun.
Yeah.
There was sun over
Yeah.
there for the
It was
first
hot.
half.
I had like my tank top on.
Took a lot of nice
So-
pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The colors of the different sand and ash and all that stuff is really
Yeah.
amazing. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are you guys from?
I'm from North Carolina.
from Georgia.
We're from North Carolina.
Oh, really? What
Raleigh,
part?
Cary.
Okay, I'm in Fayetteville right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
cool.
You in the military?
Yeah.
Very good.
So we met at
Bragg.
Fort Bragg. Yeah.
Ah, cool.
Okay. Great.
Yeah. Cool.
And thank you for your service.
Yes,
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
absolutely.
Cool. Well, where'd you guys start today?
Well, we were
Top
in the
of here.
parking lot here.
Yeah.
We went down to the cabin and we're just
How much further is it?
Oh.
probably about 30 minutes.
So you're at the
For
cabin?
them, 30 minutes.
Yeah, for you guys 30 to 45 minutes, for us an hour at least.
So you're at the cabin at the
We just went down and slapped the side and turned around and came back.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
we walked by the cabin.
Yeah, we saw that.
Yeah, the back door is actually open. We went inside and
Oh,
looked
really?
around. It's very Spartan, just
Wish
some
we had
bunks.
tried.
And
Okay. We look in the window,
it's
but
a nice dry place to eat lunch.
yeah.
So when did you all start this morning?
Well, we're at what time right now?
4 hours, 38 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
10.6
The military
miles.
keeps people in shape.
That's true.
We're on leave. We're
I also
trying
don't
to
have a
keep active.
backpack on or anything, so he has everything.
We're
Yeah.
getting most of it, so it's not too heavy anymore.
Yeah.
You know, we're slowly drinking all of our water,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is good for this going up.
Oh yeah, it's been.
This has been tough.
Hopefully you're not afraid of
I'm
heights.
glad you can't see. 'Cause I'm kind of a heights guy.
Yeah.
Oh, this
We-
is a beautiful view.
We did this last year. We
this
only
last
got halfway down, but it was crystal clear. It was great.
Really?
It's just amazing view into that. Yeah.
We were thinking about coming back in the morning. Maybe it would be a little bit more clear. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll
Good
be
chance.
back tomorrow, but who knows?
Yeah.
It's just it changes all the time. So, I mean, this could clear out in 5 minutes, but it's
Yeah.
been pretty consistent. So, I don't think so.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Still pleasant nonetheless. Keeps the temperature cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
Well, good to meet you guys,
Nice
and thanks
to
again.
Yeah. Have a good
Yep.
rest of your trip.
Good climb.
We'll see you
Yeah.
up there.
Thank you.
This portion of the Triangle Talk Show brought to you by the Army. Be like them. Well, not quite like on a clear day you can see forever, but you can see more down the hill before it fades into fog.
It wasn't
Cyndi noticed you can see all the way down. Not very well, but you might be able to see it.
yeah.
Shapes. It's getting clearer as I watch.
But I mean, it's certainly worth, going down for a while, but make sure you time it so you can get back.
And look what's happening, everybody.
Wow. Amazing. And my phone, of course, is dead now.
Later?
Yes. Now you're going to see all the cinder cones are going to display themselves here as the. Ah, very good. This is.
Yeah, you guys brought us good luck.
Yeah, thank you. Gosh.
I wanted to do the full day trail, but I heard it's like 12 miles and you have to start really early.
So now you can sort of get an idea what's happening. This is a big valley, and the opening to it is there where the clouds are just pouring in. This is one of the switchbacks, and another one there, and one more that you can't really see up above, and then we're kind of at the top, well, top of this section. There's the switchback, and oh, there's the amazing view. The valley's filling up again, but you can see around the edge. Now, we don't have sunshine either, so the colors aren't snapping out. We've gone around that point, and now totally different view. It's all socked in, but what you can see is that we are at the top, above the clouds. So cool. And you're about to see the saddle, so you can see it. And this is it. This is what it looks like when you can see. So this is what we don't want Cyndi's mom to see. That, yeah, and I don't know if the video, even gets how steep and stark it is. Yeah, there are your exits. Ramps will not deploy. And the oxygen masks should have dropped down a long time ago. Some folks on the switchback. Good look at these switchbacks from here. The ones that show up. And a valley full of cloud. Seems like we're close, but I think we got a mile to go, and we're going at about a mile an hour. So it's 4:46. Let's see what time it is when we get there. Only 7/10 of a mile to go. So near. And yet so far. And just for the record, this is what the territory that we walked through just as we left the car would have looked like if it wasn't all covered in fog. We did it.
8 miles.
8 miles.
6 hours.
11:30 to 5:23. A little less than 6 hours.
Yeah, not too bad for a bunch of geezers.
Yeah. My walk says I used 1,200 calories. I'm pretty sure I used 12,000.
It doesn't know how many stones we had to step up on.
Yeah. All right, now we're going to show you our reward, and that will be it for this show. And this portion of the Triangle Talk Show is brought to you by the National Park Service. Haleakala. Can't believe it. And by the Kula Lodge. All worn out from hiking all day up on Haleakala, or maybe surfing down in the ocean. Well, come up here. It's 3,000 feet and about 15 degrees cooler than down at the mainland. Mainland? No, down at the ocean level. You know what I mean. Yeah, it would be a great place to watch sunset, but I'm not going to be seeing much sun out there. That's the pizza oven. The bad news is the pizza oven is closed. They closed early. They ran out of dough. But the good news is baby back bread. If we had gotten here in time for pizza, it would be chicken and goat cheese. The one thing that can tear me away from pepperoni and onions. So here's some food porn. Maui onion soup. So I'm thinking maybe an interesting, if not traditional, sunset, because we're getting some sun down in the valley. At least it's pretty bright down there. We're under this low deck, so we're not going to see a sunset. You don't see it from here anyway. It's behind the mountains, but I can see some interesting color, some weird stuff. And it's very thin overhead. Actually, almost blue. Oh, look at that. The sun peeked through for just a moment. And now, holy cow, it's irritating. It's too bright. Make that sun go away. Wow. You know, I should really have learned this lesson. Never count out a potential sunset, because things change fast. We've still got a ways to go before sunset, and things could change a lot more, but it's getting interesting. Okay, so now I'm just playing with exposure. That is not what this sunset looks like. Oh, here comes the sun, little darling. It's not what this sunset looks like. It's more like what it looks like. Now, with all these different layers, what looked like it was going to be a washout is pretty cool. And once again, not what it looks like to the naked eye. This is a composite of zoom and exposure. So, you know, there's what I'm seeing. But camera can see something totally different. And this low deck right above me, picking up that subtle golden color. You know, I've actually never seen an episode of Anthony Bourdain's show, so I don't know what he does, but this is our food porn. What is this stuff?
Coconut shrimp.
Coconut shrimp, okay. I started to cut things apart before I remembered I got to take food porn. There you go. That's what ribs look like here. Okay, so, you know, the sunset is over, right? It ain't over until we say it's over. It's like that last burst of fireworks. So, everybody's noticed. And yes, finally the show is over. And the twinkling lights of Wailuku and Kahului down in the valley begin to appear. What does it say? 1:16, Monday, July 2nd, 2018. Going to be an easier day for us. We are back at the Kula Lodge because we couldn't get our pizza last night, and we want pizza, so we're getting it for lunch today. They make it in this wood-fired brick oven. Aha!
Excuse me, I need to grab that pizza out.
Yep, don't want it to burn up.
No.
Plus, I get to see it.
There
Awesome.
you go.
And there's another one going in. What is? Sorry. Which one is that?
Chicken and goat.
Okay. Oh, I guess that's ours.
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah, I think. Well, that's what we ordered, so probably. Awesome. So, as long as we're here, they've also got a beautiful garden. Not that beautiful gardens really do a lot for me, but I kind of appreciate them. You appreciate beautiful gardens more than me, right?
I guess so.
And this is a beautiful garden?
This is gorgeous. Always has been.
And there is a valley down there. Not to take my word for it. Our hostess confirmed that this is vowed, courtesy of Kilauea and the Big Island. It's not bothering my eyes. I don't smell anything. It's just kind of there. And maybe a little worse on the Big Island in some parts. We will see. Are you smelling anything from vowed?
I don't think so because, well, the thing is we've got the pizza oven out here, so I don't think it's...
Oh, but it'd be all over.
Yeah, no.
Bothering your eyes or anything?
No.
Okay.
No, just making it hard to look at the beautiful view.
Yep, but it's probably responsible for that sunset last night.
Probably, yes. The deep reds, yeah. That's my guess.
And now it's time for the food porn. First, the Maui onion soup.
Voila.
And the goat cheese and chicken pizza. Managed to remember to shoot these things before we ate them. 10,023 feet above sea level. Going to see a sign in there that says we're actually like 29,000 feet on top of a active volcano. Did I mention this is an active volcano?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did yesterday, but it hasn't erupted in 230 years or so, so not too worried about it. But we are at the top. We came back to Haleakala because we must.
We always
As
do.
many people must. We were kind of hoping to see something, but this is kind of reminiscent of the very first time we came up for sunrise. Just got socked in, didn't see anything. So, no view, but the spiritual nature of the top of the mountain is still with us.
Absolutely.
Over there, Cyndi just panned on by the
Yes.
informally known as Science City, the Haleakala observatories. Do they do any ordinary telescopes over there, or is it all radio telescopes and stuff?
Don't know.
Yeah.
Well, there's some that open up, so I'd say yes, they do some radio
they might.
telescopes.
Mauna Kea, the Keck scopes, and a bunch of others on Mauna Kea are certainly more famous.
Yep.
So come with me this way. We'll show you. I think it's going to get a little windy.
Yes, we know it will.
This is the place you come to observe sunrise. And we got a little break.
Yeah.
You can see a little bit beyond there. The sun would be rising
wind.
off that direction. It would come up. Steady, girl. Come up over a cloud deck, which you could see now if it were sunrise. And if the clouds are missing, you could see down in there into the bowl of the Haleakala crater. So, but you can't see any of that right now. But it changes minute by minute.
Yep.
So we come early in the morning. Before sunrise. It would be pretty close to freezing, 32 and a half, 33 degrees. Hunker down behind the wall. When you come to Hawaii, bring your winter clothes. Bring your gloves.
If you're
your
coming
hat.
up here.
We've seen people up here who only came with a blanket that they brought from the hotel, flip-flops, and a t-shirt and shorts. And at 33 degrees, they were miserable. We're not going to stay for sunset. That's the other clue that we've learned is don't come for sunrise anymore. In fact, if you want to come for sunrise, you now have to make a reservation. Come for sunset. It's also pretty crowded, but you don't need a reservation, and it looks the same. So we won't see that on this video.
From over here.
Won't see that on this video, but I'll show you some pictures as we wrap this episode up. So what are you looking for?
I'm just off this direction is where you'd be facing for sunset.
Oh, for sunset. Yeah, sunset would be off there.
And there's a nice ridge over here that you can get underneath some rocks, protect yourself from the wind.
Yeah, and it's warmer at sunset. It's still, if it's windy, it's pretty uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But instead of being 32 degrees, it's 50s, maybe 60s.
Maybe.
We've had some very still, calm, beautiful sunsets, and we've frozen our butt at a couple of sunsets, but not as bad as sunrise. So you learn these things when you've been out here umpteenth times. Well, the clouds cometh and the clouds goeth away. What's unusual and what is limiting the spectacular beauty of this shot is the fog. Because normally this valley is not filled with fog. Normally it's filled with clouds, and if it's not, then it's crystal clear and full of a variety of colors. And while you can see to the other side, that's the other side, can't see much. Our hike yesterday was back behind there, still out of range. The peaks that you could see when the fog cleared would have been these over here, looking across this whole big valley. Couldn't see much of it yesterday, can't see much of it today. We climbed up on this pile of rocks. Maybe I'll show you a wide shot. I'll do it as B-roll. Okay, this pile of rocks. I can't see it yet, but I'm assuming I remember to shoot the B-roll. And a little higher view into the valley. Now, if you can start on this trail here, the Sliding Sands Trail, and end up 11 some miles on the other side of the valley, climbing back up where we did yesterday, and end up where we started from, the up and down we did yesterday, and basically walk all across here. So you can get a little better idea what it's like, but the fog is still pretty bad. Thank you, Kilauea. I guess you want to see eruptions, you're going to see some fog. And we have done this hike, I don't know, 3 or 4 times, maybe more.
And now, because I feel bad that the fog has prevented a good look into the valley, here's some video we shot last year in 2017 on a spectacularly clear day.
Walk along the edge here.
You don't see this very often.